Hi, hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel. So glad that you are joining me today. If you're on YouTube, thank you for watching this recording. And I'm rocking a new hairdo today. Do you like it? I just washed my hair. It was so dry. I had to refreshen it. I like to kind of refreshen it every 5 days. I might do a video on that. That'll be so cool how I do my hair now that it's short. Because I used to have really long hair, but I cut it really short last year just to start over. So I'm just really liking this natural do. Mm, mm. I look so cute. And my skin looks really nice today. I love how it's looking on camera. So, I wanted to talk about something that has really kind of been on my heart and my mind, and that is called overcoming the fear of change. Now, a lot of people experience this. Myself, I'm dealing with my own fear of change myself. I just realized it. The other day, I was doing some inner work, healing, and thinking about things, and for some reason the idea of change popped into my mind, and it's been popping into my mind a couple of times, especially this year. This year has given me the energy of change for some reason. And I was looking into I was actually doing my course, listing everything, writing everything down in my journal, what I wanted to talk about for the next session, because currently I'm doing live sessions in my course. And so if you would like to join, go ahead and join. I would be so happy to have you as one of the participants for my course. That'll be awesome. I will have the link to my course below. Currently, my course is hosted by thinkific.com. I think that's how you say their name. But I have my course there, and the link to is down there. So basically, if you want to experience a transformation like none other, I would highly suggest entering my course. It'll be really great. Anyway, I want to get back to the topic of change. And I feel like I'm going through this right now. I feel like I can feel that something amazing is going to really happen this year for me. I'm going to experience a lot of changes. I've been seeing a lot of synchronicities around me. And a lot of times when I see synchronicities, I have always believed in this, you all. Whenever I see synchronicities, especially the number five, 3 times in a row, it always means some form of change. I've been seeing the number five a lot. And I've also been seeing a lot of other numbers. And it's a clear sign of change that something good is about to happen in my life. And I'm just so excited about that. But I want to get into why we fear change so much, even though it's good for us. Like, we could fear change, and it could be such a beautiful thing for us to have something come into our life that's different or new, like becoming the new version of yourself, experiencing change that way, or even having a baby, expecting a child. That's change. You're going to be different after you become a parent. So, like, why do we fear so much change? And I truly believe because it's the unknown. We fear change because we don't know what's going to happen when things change. For example, like with, let's say, a business owner. Let's say they start their business and they know that it's going to be a huge success. They may be scared. Now, that may sound crazy, but they may be scared that things are going to change for them financially with that business. They may think to themselves, what am I going to do with all this money? Will I be able to keep it? Will I be able to sustain this money? do I have to hold on to it once it's here? Or can I let it go? Is money really truly energetic? They may think things like that. And that's normal because I've thought of that. I was like, what if I make all of this money and I'm not able to hold it or keep it, but it shouldn't be like that. Your fists shouldn't be balled up holding that money. You should be able to open it and release it, let it go. You got to let things go in order to receive. You have to give to receive. So don't worry about the unknown. Just embrace it, in my opinion. But I wanted to talk about why, what causes extreme fear of change. That's what I wanted to get into. So let's talk about it. In my opinion, I feel like there are certain things that come up into our childhood in terms of like trauma and pain that may make us fear change. Like, for example, let's do some prompts for a second. So I wrote down some prompts in my journal for you all to answer. And I would love for you all to answer these prompts in the comments below because I've been really wanting to hear you all's opinion on things whenever I make videos. I just really want my audience, people who are subscribing to this channel. Thank you so much too for the people who are subscribing. I've been seeing the subscriber count go up and it's been amazing. Thank you so much. But I really want to know your opinion about certain things that I do, especially when I talk about prompts. I want to hear your answer to the prompt in the comments. So let me know after I speak this. So the first prompt is, have you had a positive have you had positive experiences with change? Sorry for stuttering, but that's it. Have you had positive experiences with change? And I say that because when I really think about it, as a child, as a kid, did I really have positive experiences with change? I really didn't. Sometimes I didn't, you know. Usually when things would change, bad things will be associated with that change. And I realize that now, you know, um, like my parents getting a divorce or, um, just things like that, having to move from a place so suddenly because you don't know if you'll get evicted or you'll have a place to stay. You got to go here and go there, just like almost like a survival mode that I was in when I was a child. I was in survival mode. And that kind of correlates with change as well, because if a change doesn't bring a positive change, if something turns out to be a negative outcome for things, that can put you into a survival mode and put you at a state of rush. Like, for example, you may not be able to pay your bill on time for your rent. And well, you may think that let's put it this way. Let's say that you have the rent payment coming up, and let's say you can't pay it for some reason, and it's coming up. And you know that if you don't find the money, you're going to have to move out, go live with somebody else, or get another place. That's change, because you won't be in the place that you'll be in if you don't get this money. So that's a fear of change. That's a fear of that outcome, which can be very, very negative. Excuse me, you all. The light is starting to dim. Sorry, hold on. Excuse me. Let me get my light here so I am so sorry, you guys. I don't want to re-record this video, so I'm not going to take it out because it's a lot of work editing. So just bear with me right now. I'm just going to turn my light on. All right, my ring light on. Okay, there we go. Hold on. I don't know what I was thinking, but the light was really good at first. So anyway, that's a negative outcome from change. So however you look at it, it may be negative to you. So I realized that I didn't have a lot of positive experiences with change when I was younger. Whenever things would change, it seemed like they were kind of worse or whatever. So you have to rewire your brain in a sense to believe that change is good and that you should embrace it. And I think I'll talk about that in the next lesson. So that'll be like the next video that I do on here on YouTube and TikTok. I feel like that'll be a really great way to kind of like help you all figure out how to embrace change. So that'll be the next video. But this is kind of like basically talking about why you have a fear of change. But anyway, so this is the next prompt. Were you taught to embrace change? And that's a really good question in my opinion because I don't feel like a lot of us were taught to embrace change at all. I don't feel like it was celebrated in a sense. Because I feel like if it was celebrated or if change was highly embraced, I don't feel like we all would, well, I'm not gonna say all of us, well, a lot of us would fear change if we were taught to embrace it. Somewhere along the line, we have some type of generational trauma from our parents, grandparents, and so forth. We have that wound, or we have that limiting belief that change is bad in some way. We have to believe that in some way. When in actual reality, it's actually a good thing. It's something beautiful to embrace and something that we should all kind of cater to in a sense. Um, were you taught to embrace change? Just really, really think about it. Like think about the things that have happened in your life. Were you really taught to embrace change? Like, and this goes back to like your inner child, your shadow, which is what shadow work is. Were you truly allowed to be who you were as a child? Because a lot of times our family or our parents force their beliefs on us, and we're not able to form our own beliefs as individuals. We're not allowed to kind of like have our own mind or really show up as, and that causes us in life to show up as our wounded selves, because as a child we weren't able to show up as our true self, so now we show up as our wounded self. See how that works? And that comes from childhood trauma. You've been taught to go along with someone else's rules, someone else's traditions, someone else's beliefs, that you don't know your own. You don't know what you like. You don't know what your favorite color is. It's something as simple as that. See how that works? So that can be like with an identity crisis. You have been conditioned to look like somebody else, be somebody else, when in actual reality, you don't want to be someone else. You want to be you, but you don't know how to be you. And it's causing conflict into your mind. That's where the identity crisis comes from, in my opinion. That's my personal belief, you know. And it gets to the point where if you truly decide that you want to be yourself and show up as your authentic self, something happens where you feel like, oh no, I can't do this. I can't be myself. I can't really show up like how I want to, because what if people say this and what if people say that? But that doesn't matter. You see what I mean? Like that doesn't matter. That should not matter. You know? The other day they had this gentleman that left a comment on one of my videos, and it was not a very nice comment. And he disagreed with me on my opinion. And I thought about that a whole lot, and I was like, he's talking about me. I kind of felt like I wasn't mad necessarily about what he was saying, but I was just saying to myself, if you don't like the video, why comment? Why are you giving me your energy? Because I don't care about what you write. I wanted everybody's opinion on that video. So, but it bothered me a little bit that he was bashing me and calling my content crap. And I thought about it for a little while and I said, why do I care? Because I don't care. Why do I care about this? His comment doesn't mean anything to me. Why do I care? So I let it go and stop caring because I'm going to show up as my true authentic self on my YouTube channel. And everywhere else, I'm going to show up as my true self. So, despite what people think, other people's opinions of you don't matter. It's what you think, and it's what you love. So find out what that is. And when you do that, I believe that's a way for you to truly embrace change. That will truly help you embrace change, because you don't want to get to the point where you're trying to come into your true identity and you're changing into the person that you want to be, but you're scared to do it because you're afraid of change, and you're afraid of what people might think if you change. See how that works? Don't be like that. Embrace change. Love it. And if you want to learn how to further embrace your change, if you want to elevate yourself on another level in terms of change, I would highly suggest you apply, and I will highly suggest you enroll in my course because it's such a really great course. It's a course I wish I had when I was first starting out on my spiritual awakening and my journey of truly like loving myself and healing. It's a course I should have had and would have definitely enrolled in and would have definitely paid the money for. I have payment plans available if you all want to do a payment plan on it. I think it's through Affirm, PayPal, and it's another option where you can do a payment plan. But you can do payment plans on it. So I'm so excited. I'm so happy. And if you decide to join the course, I can't wait to see you there. The name of it is called The Beautiful Light Energy. I will be doing lives. I will be doing a live lessons on, I believe, on Fridays and Saturdays in within the course. And I would love for you to be there and catch a live with me. So it'd be so wonderful. If you join the course after I'm done with all the sessions, would be the live sessions, just know that it's pre-recorded. It'll be there for you to watch, and you can still take in the amazing educational content of it. So I love you, and I can't wait to see you there. I would love to have you. Bye. This was such a great, great, great video and session.